Hey there, duelists. I got another one of these semi-competitive deck builds, and we are doing speed duels today, and it's semi-viewer requested. It's something I've been wanting to do. Still tracking down, or not tracking down, but tracking through all of the brand new skill cards released in the Battle City expansion. And today we're going to be doing Ishizu's Fairies using the Rise of the Fallen skill. And we're going to try to do this one semi-competitive because, again, that's what was asked for, not just a bland, yeah, here's a 20 card fairy build. So without any further ado, let's get that list. We're going to go with 3 copies Air Knight Parshath, awesome. 2 copies Bones Alone, awesome. 2 copies Breaker the Magical Warrior. I know he's not a fairy, it's fine. 1 copy Kaiser Glider, I know it's a dragon, it's fine. 2 copies Zolga because awesome. 2 copies Bashing Shield because steroids. 3 copies Book of Moon because awesome. 2 copies Cosmic Cyclone because consistency. 1 Nobleman of Crossout for goodness. 2 copies Zoma for protection. And generic, pick up whatever you like, or, side in Waking the Dragons, that's fine. 1 card I'm actually going to suggest that you guys side when playing this would be siding Jinzo. I'm not so sure that he needs to be in the main. He could go into the main. I'm sure we could drop Parshath to 2, but for consistency issues while playtesting, I did run a triple Parshath and it worked the best. And I sided 1 or 2 of these most of the time. Seemed like 1 was better, made more space for other cards like Diffusion, obviously, with Union being a big deal and XYZ being around. But Jinzo, just put him in the side deck. So that's it for the deck list. If this helps out, contemplate hitting the subscribe button. Please tell your friends about the channel. And if you were just here for the list, class is dismissed. We'll see you guys on the next video. And I'm thinking Dark Paladin control using the Arcana skill. And I'm thinking I'm going to make that one, try to pop that one as good as possible. In playtest right now, it's going pretty well. But that's next video. Let's talk about this video. Let's get into what does what. So starting with the skill card, Rise of the Fallen. We activate the skill during the main phase. Special summon 1 level 4 or lower fairy from the graveyard in defense position and gain life points equal to its original attack. This skill can only be used once per duel. Why do I do this? Well, 2 reasons. It's a free way to get an extra tributable monster. Again, I would like to get Parshath, and I would love to put Bashing Shield on Parshath to get a nice 2,900 piercing damage. Let me draw cards every time I inflict damage or destroy a monster. And this is one of the better ways to do it. Plus, if we're using Zolga, I'm going to gain 2,000 from the tribute. I'm going to gain 1,700 from the skill. And that should put us far enough away from being able to be wrecked immediately by the inner conflict, like pseudo monarch build, or again, I've been testing a warriors blend for that, and maybe we'll show that one off another time too. And again, you can put Waking the Dragon in the side deck, so these guys could go live. Especially these three. These 3 seem to be the best right now. They're just my favorites. Let's go back to the main deck now. First off, again, our Air Knight Parshath did so many good things in GOAT format that it feels like every time I'm building something and I say it's competitive or semi-competitive, it's almost like I'm going back to 2005 and saying, if we had these cards and we were back then, what would I do then? And that's how I've been building. So Parshath, again, if it attacks defense, inflict piercing. And if inflicts battle damage to opponent, draw a card. So pretty basic, very good. Draw engine, awesome. Bones Alone, he's here for tribute fodder. 2 was just like a semi-consistency thing. After that, you almost don't want to see him. Cannot be normal or special summoned if you control a monster. You can special summon this from the hand in attack position. And if, while he's on the field, another monster or monsters is summoned to your side of the field while you control him, destroy him. So Bones alone needs to be alone. However, he makes great tribute fodder for Parshath and our other pseudo-monarchs today. So ran him at 2. Breaker, again, he's either going to be 19 or he's going to go down to 16, help us break up back row. You still see him pretty often at 2. You didn't need to go a full 3. So that was all right. Kaiser Glider, again, we want to break up those semi-monarch decks and, of course, the Jinzo decks that are running around right now. And to do this, you need a character that can survive battle with them. And, of course, if he does get destroyed by battle and is sent to the graveyard, we can target a monster on the field and return that target to the hand. So even if we don't get something like a matchup with a card like Jinzo, where we have the equal attacks and Kaiser Glider will survive, Kaiser Glider goes down and still gets a field disruption for us. And our opponent still has to try to reset into whatever the play was. I didn't feel I needed him as often as I needed Parshath. And once you have a Parshath on board, you can almost always find your Kaiser Glider. Again, 20 cards is way easier to find what you need in. So 2's almost my play set most of the time. 3's just like when I really absolutely need that card every game. So Kaiser Glider at the 1, Zolga at 2. First off, it's I believe it's one of our best fairies. I know Dunames, something like that. The Dark Witch is the strongest 4-star at 1800, but she's vanilla. And Rise of the Fallen doesn't say that it had to be vanilla. And I just wanted to double dip on the life point gains. And again, when this is tribute summoned, if a monster is tribute summoned by tributing Zolga, we get to gain 2,000 life points. And by playing it off Rise of the Fallen, we get to gain another 17. We're almost going to double up our life points in that play and get a fresh start, regardless of how beaten and dragged on the fight was at the beginning. So that is an excellent strategy. More points means it's harder to beat you, just in case you need it. Bashing Shield, again, only goes on normal summoned or set monsters, so we needed a way to play the Parshath without using Valhalla, even though that would be quicker. It may not be better. Again, I'd like to see him at 2,900 with all those effects. This also allows Breaker to be 26 or 29, depending on whether or not he still has his counter. This allows the Kaiser Glider to march himself up to 3,400 and Zolga to 27. So this actually keeps a moderately lower hitting deck to be able to hit within a higher realm. Of course, this does mean that you're going to need some cards that weren't in Battle City. So that's all right. Again, 3 Books of Moon, great disruption, big play all the time. Just run them. Cosmic Cyclones. Again, we want to avoid getting hit by back row cards, especially anything that's going to set up on us to where, like again, if Inner Conflict happens to be on the other side of the field, we want to almost make sure like we're not running into Zoma or anything. But again, we're going to run Zoma for that same reason. And again, with all the life gain possibility that we have in this deck, the Cosmic Cyclones are almost like a non-issue with 1,000 life points. And being a quick play, I can easily set this. And my turn, my opponent goes. They set 1. I snap it on their end phase. If it's a trap, they couldn't respond anyway. And we go ahead and we get that out of the board. The only real issue here would be is if we ended up running... they were copy of Waking the Dragons, I think. At which point, I'm not sure that I have any great way to answer. We could still try booking. We still have Bashing Shield plays. We do have the Nobleman of Cross out, which is next. So again, if you had the Book of Moon, you could do a little 2-card combo to break that up. Zoma the Spirit could still try to take the hit and run our opponent's hit points for it. So there's a couple good options. Again, cross out. You don't want to fall into any decks that are just going to keep throwing multipliers or I don't know, recruiters. So like you want to get rid of like apprentice magicians, or you don't want to get hit with the old vindictive magician. And then like I said, Zoma. So that's again, you special summon it in defense as an effect monster, 18 by 5. Still considered a trap. If summoned this way is destroyed by battle, inflict damage to the opponent equal to the attack of the monster that destroyed it. The best thing I could tell you to do is equip that with the bashing shield, and then you could easily run it up against Blue Eyes Ultimate against your opponent because, you know, Waking the Dragon. It'll be 28. Bashing Shield says you won't take any battle damage from the battle involving it. Zoma doesn't need the opponent's monster to be the aggressor. It just needs to die by that monster. And I guess that's our out. That's our real way to get away from the Waking the Dragons play. So that is, and I hope I did this right for you guys. This is my semi-competitive Parshath Control Fairy Speed Duel build as of now. And again, you know, you could side deck Waking the Dragons. You could side deck Diffusion. The only card I'm really going to talk about side decking here would be Jinzo. And again, I think he's just going to lend more control to you. And that's it. That's it, guys. I got to get to work. I got to get some more play tests ran on Dark Paladin. I've kind of got my mind made up. That's where I want to go next. I hope that you guys enjoyed the magnets. And I hope that you guys enjoyed the pseudo monarchs. But I'll see you guys in the next video.